No one would read my book. Now, why would anyone want to read about my story? What even qualifies me to write and publish a book? Are these the kind of thoughts that are swirling in your mind every time you even think about writing your book? If you desire to write a book but think no one will read it, then this is for you. Many people delay writing the book that's been on their heart for years because they fear that no one will read it. They think that they don't have enough experience to be considered a voice of authority, or they believe that they don't have a big enough platform to be taken seriously as a writer. Let me be the one to tell you that these concerns are very normal. However, they don't actually stop people from reading your book. But I can give you 3 reasons why absolutely no one will read your book. Welcome. I am Aisha, an author, coach, and self-publishing partner. I help women finally write the book that's been on their heart with consistency, strategy, and confidence. Okay, so let's get into the 3 reasons why no one will read your book. Reason number 1, your book idea is still in your head. How can anyone read your book if it simply doesn't exist? If you have not begun writing your book because you fear that no one will read it, then you're just living out a self-fulfilling prophecy. No one can read a book that remains within you. That story, message, idea that you just can't shake, that is meant for someone. The reason why this book idea remains on your heart, and no matter what you do, no matter how long you wait, you just can't shake it, that's because you are being called to help someone through your experience and through your words. It doesn't matter if you want to write a self-help book or a business book or even a memoir. Your message, the one that you're being called to share, will help someone navigate a problem that they're currently struggling to find the answer to. And it doesn't matter if it's one person, that is one person whose life will be made better because you honored that call, you honored your heart to write that book. And that's all the more reason to get that book idea out of your head. Begin writing and turn it into a tangible book that people can access and read. Reason number 2. The second reason why no one will read your book is because you lack confidence in your story. Do you feel like your idea or story isn't special enough? Maybe you feel like you haven't accomplished anything groundbreaking that will qualify you as interesting enough to write a sellable book. Or because others have written about a similar topic to yours, you feel like there's no room for your story. Well, none of these are true. Ask yourself, is there anyone else on this planet who's lived the exact life that I've lived? Is there anyone who I share an identical perspective on this topic? If we do share the same idea, will they word their message the same way that I would? I'll help you answer these questions. The answer to them is no. Yes, someone may have written about a similar topic to the one that's on your heart. However, there is room for your story because your perspective and your voice is special. Your combination of experiences, skills, lessons learned, relationships, personality have all shaped your perspective. And that's what people want to read. A relatable story with a unique perspective that they can connect with. So be confident in the fact that no one can tell your story the way you can. Okay, so now moving on to the third reason why no one will read your book. Reason number 3 is that you're just simply thinking too far ahead. If you're anything like me, you like to plan, you like to know the entire roadmap before you even begin. And this is what's hindering you from writing that book so that you can get it to the hands of people so that they can actually read it. You're thinking so far ahead that it's causing you to be stuck in the analysis phase instead of beginning right where you are. I've had the pleasure of speaking with a handful of women who have had a book idea on their heart for a long time, some of them years, and they can't seem to start writing their book because they're unfamiliar with the publishing process. They want to know, what's next? After I write the book, what comes after that? How do I get my book on the shelves of bookstores? They want to know all the steps involved in publishing a book, from beginning to end and every detail in between. And these are valid questions, but they are not prerequisites for you to begin writing your book. I admit that the publishing industry can be a little tricky to navigate, but that's any industry that is new to us. And like every new endeavor that we undertake, the most important and challenging step is starting. You don't need to know how to publish your book before you write your first draft. And it's okay to learn as you go. As you write your first draft, you'll learn and develop your voice and your message, and you'll gain firsthand experience in writing a full-length manuscript. Then, when you finish your first draft, you'll focus on what comes next, and then you'll learn about that phase as you walk through it. This keeps your focus on the goal of turning that book idea that's been on your heart for years into a tangible book that people can read. Take it in stride, my fellow writer. This will help you prioritize the immediate, high-impact activities that are relevant to the book stage that you are currently in. The goal is to write the book first, and then the rest will follow. If your book doesn't exist, then of course no one will read it. But trust me, when you do make it a reality, there is someone who is going to want to hear what you have to say. It all boils down to you removing the fear that no one will read your book and take the first step. Write your book, and your heart will thank you for it. I'd love to hear from you. Comment below, what is standing in your way of writing the book that is on your heart? And of course, subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next week.